Okay, we're live.
All right. Well, thank you. If you're still on the line, thank you for waiting. Can we have a roll call vote to come out of executive session?
We need a motion first.
So I make a motion that we come out of executive session.
I'll second.
Commissioner Jameson,
Yes.
Commissioner Cloutier. Commissioner Cloutier.
Just shake your head, Jim.
Yeah. Commissioner Witonis.
Yes.
Commissioner Coward.
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yes.
Show 5-0 coming out of executive session.
Before we go on further, Travis, do we have any comments?
We've not received any more comments, no.
Okay. Jim, do you have a proposed motion that we could consider?
I do. The motion is award of a net energy billing solar energy contract to CO Capital, bid number 3 of Vero Beach, Florida.
Move
Can I-
passage.
Second.
That's Jim Cloutier and Tom Coward.
Sure.
Do we have any discussion?
Looks like a good idea to me.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe just for the benefit of anyone who might watch the
Sure.
replay here. This is a participation agreement proposal that involves the county basically participating in a solar energy electricity contract. Almost $2 million in financial benefit to the county over the 20-year contract involved. And there was a number of bidders, and this one was apparently the best qualified and offering one of the most advantageous financial terms.
Most responsive bidder.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was also, I mean, there's a lot of things, a lot of pieces in the, a lot of parts of the machine, but they kind of knew what they were doing. They ticked the box, and it's limited the risk to the county to the, relatively minimal amount. I mean, it's not something that's likely to end up not coming out the way we want. So we thought this was by far the best offer that we'd seen.
Well, to add to that, I think the analysis that was done showed there were 3 that did not meet the criteria that we had set forth pretty strongly with ISO, and the 2 that were left, by far, this was the better proposal.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for that. We have a motion on the floor. Does he have any further discussion? Jim, a roll call vote?
Commissioner Coward.
Yes.
Commissioner Jameson. Commissioner Jameson.
He's frozen.
He's frozen. Commissioner Witonis.
Yes.
Commissioner Cloutier.
Yes.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yes,
Commissioner Jameson.
he's still frozen.
Show the vote 4-0 with Commissioner Jameson frozen.
Is it yes, no, abstain, and frozen? Okay, we got another we got one more category.
Okay. I would, unless somebody, oh, wait a minute. We're going on to comments from the county manager.
Thank you. Just 2 quick ones. The first item is we kind of scratched the surface on it during the informational presentations this evening with Travis, and that is staff is beginning to have dialogue around the stimulus package that's working its way through Washington, with the Senate acting over the weekend and now it getting shipped off to the House. And from all indications on Meet the Press on Sunday morning, they felt as though the House was just going to process it this week and maybe hit the president's desk next week. That the counties are slated to receive some money in all this. Where it falls out, I'm not going to hold my breath at this point. The numbers are high, but things can change rather quickly. But staff is going to start doing some brainstorming around what projects we have out there, what projects or what type of funding have we lost over the last year that this can supplant. But more of an overarching work that we'll be doing over the next week or two is trying to get better definitions of what eligible projects and eligible uses of this money will be. Because that's going to be the real kicker on how we allocate that fund. So we'll be working on that over the next couple of weeks in anticipation of bringing something to the commissioners maybe in April on some preliminary work that we've done. My readings on the NACO website this morning, it looks as though the Treasury has up to 60 days to make these funds available once enactment happens or the president's signature. So, you know, we're not going to get these funds in the next week if we get them at all. It will be upwards of 60 days for that to happen. So we do have some time for planning and for conversation amongst all of us on how these funds are distributed if we receive any. Other than that, the only other item is, you know, things are happening quickly here. And as much as we're working through federal stimulus, we also got some great news coming out of Augusta last Friday, where the governor has announced a number of proactive approaches on how to work over the next number of months to open up the economy, in particular the economy for the summertime activities. Some of the areas that we are diving into and learning more about are really circled around the cross-insurance arena and the inside capacity numbers increasing to 50% capacity. And then I think in late May, we're talking 75% of capacity. So a lot of proactive movement there, just in time for the number of colleges and high school graduations that we book in May and June. And I know Melanie at the arena is having active conversations with those schools out there on a game plan, or whether they're even interested in having it still inside. But a lot of good information coming out of Augusta last Friday that is allowing us to move in a very progressive direction of late. So thank you.
Any questions of Jim? Wow. Good job, James. Executive staff. Alex,
Nothing on this end. I'll have a lot for folks next month.
gonna keep your powder dry, huh?
Well, we'll be coming off the audit. We'll have some better numbers for 2020 at that point in time, but we're still middle of it right now.
Travis?
I think you've all heard enough from me tonight. I have nothing else, Commissioner.
Yeah. And we thank you guys for your work. Really, it was great. County commissioners. Susan.
No, the only thing I'd like to give a big thank you to the executive staff for all they've done over this last year, and that was our good news coming out of the governor's office, for the cross insurance. And I did see an email today that the Maine Mariners have an opening date of October 22nd. So that's good news, and that's it.
Jim Cloutier. Jim Cloutier?
He's on mute.
Yeah, my connection is starting to be a little bit shaky, so I guess Neil knows what that's all about. And I don't really have anything.
Thank you. Neil.
No, I would just echo Sue's comments about all the great work that that the executive staff has accomplished and continues to do under the most difficult of circumstances. So we really appreciate all of your contributions and your extra efforts to make the county relevant and solvent. And so thank you very much.
Tom Cowett.
Yes, thank you. My comments are around the pandemic. We are approaching an optimistic time. The vaccines are out there. My wife has been vaccinated twice. I've been vaccinated once, so I'm beginning to feel a little more optimistic about things. I appreciate the balancing act that the governor is now doing between overly enthusiastically opening the economy and also trying to not do it too quickly. I'm not sure. I mean, I think the science is saying we still should be taking precautions and not traveling and staying home and wearing a mask and all of that. And I hope that we can manage to come through this without another spike in the infections. The issue here is if you open too quickly, more people will die than if we wait. It looks like we're kind of treading the middle ground, so I'm hopeful about that. But other places in the country are not, so we still have to be really cautious. But having said that, I'm feeling very optimistic about the sort of medium-term future here. The next few months, I think things will start to look up. And as always, I mean, part of this is just the weather improves with the oncoming spring in Maine, and that is something that all of us look forward to. So just be safe, be careful, and hope that we get to where we get to where we need to be without a lot more undue deaths and sickness and so forth that we've been suffering. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. Well, the comment that I have is start with our manager here. I'm glad to hear that if we're going to have funds coming in, that we're thinking about the future and some of those projects. It looks like we'll have some capital that maybe we can invest in our citizens and make their life more pleasant. I appreciate that kind of thinking, Jim. COVID-19, Tom kind of stole my thunder, but realize that those dates now are making it available for more and more of our population. And please, I realize it can be very frustrating, but get your appointment and get your shots. I'm one of the fortunate ones. I've had both shots now, and I'm about 3 days away from considering myself somewhat safe. And my best thought is I'll be able to go to the grocery store for the first time in about a year. So I never thought I'd be saying that. The other thing, I'd like to not only thank the staff that's going on, but I'd like to thank this team of commissioners. You guys really work well together, and you're a great help. You pick up my spares and you dust me off and make me work in a good direction, and I appreciate that. I hope the citizens do too, because as much as we have a camaraderie here, there's a lot of serious thought that goes into what we do for citizens. And being able to do it and try to keep the property tax at a level that's at least feasible is a real tough job. So thank you for that. And with that, unless there is some other comment that needs to be made, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.